Hey guys, how's it going? Robert Warshak here, and we're going to be going over all of the cards that are currently coming out in Rogue for the Darkmoon Faire expansion. Let's get into it. Foxy Fraud, a 2-mana 3/2 Battlecry. Your next combo card this turn cost 2 less. So just amazing, right? Like your next combo card this turn costs 2 less. Like I'm sure there's a 2-mana combo card, right? There it is. Granted, Rogue already has some other cards that have combo, but I figured they would also print another 2-mana combo card or a combo card. So to go along with the card, of course, so we can just see how good it is. So Foxy Fraud, very good stats for the mana cost, very good ability. Sweet Tooth, 2-mana 3/2 Corrupt, gain +2 attack and stealth. So remember, Corrupt, we need to play a 3-mana card, and then this turns into a 2-mana 5/2 with stealth. I mean, it seems like it's good, but doesn't Rogue already have a 5-mana or a 5 attack 2 HP card with stealth, and it does 2 damage? It's the Scorpit, right? And people don't even run the Scorpit. Burrowing Scorpit is 4 mana though. That is true, but you don't want this card to sit in your hand. If you're playing stealth or aggro Rogue, you don't want to have to play cards before you play other cards. You just want to throw the fuck up. So I don't know. I mean, this card seems like it'd be pretty good, but it just seems like, I guess a 2-mana 5/2 stealth is good. It just seems like you have enough stealth anyway. And on turn 2, what do they play? They do Sage on 3, right? So you want to have a stealth card on 2. You don't want to have a requirement. You play the stealth cards because they can go face, right? But you also can play Greyheart Sage, which requires stealth. But you don't want to have a card that has a requirement to have stealth, and then the card requires a card to have stealth in order to draw the cards. You know what I mean? That's locking yourself into like a line of requirements when just play a stealth minion, draw cards. You don't want to have a requirement to play the stealth minion, and then because now you have the stealth minion, then you play the Sage. So I don't think this card's that great. I trust Jay Alexander over me when it comes to like stealth Rogue. Swindle, 2 mana, draw a spell, combo, and a minion. So it's a 2 mana, draw 2. I mean, it just seems really good, right? You get a spell and a minion for 2 mana. And you can play this for free. Just seems good. Swindle. Cloak of Shadows, 3 mana, give your hero stealth for 1 turn. So we've had a few cards like this in the past. We had Valera, which you gained stealth when you played Valera, which was pretty cool. So this makes your hero untargetable, unless you have like cards like the new Mage card that does 10 damage, and it obviously can still hit stealth targets. So this card did get some other cards that combo against it in regards if you're looking at Mage or any indirect damage from spells that way. But yeah, this just buys time. This is just a 3 mana, like hopefully live another turn, which can be useful in any sort of OTK Rogue deck. So if there is an OTK Rogue deck that runs around, it'll run 2 of these. Also an aggro Rogue, this is very useful because it gives them another turn to kill you. So they play like 2 stealth minions or a stealth minion and then they Cloak of Shadows. They live another turn, the stealth minion go face, and they get an extra draw, which they can then top deck Shadowy or the Passage, and then they passage into another Cloak and play some more stealth minions and hit you in the face again. So Cloak of Shadows is a really good Rogue card in certain decks. Shadow Clone, all right, Naruto. 2 mana secret, after a minion attacks your hero, summon a copy of it with stealth. Seems good, chat. Your opponent has like, especially with all these big cards coming out, you know what I mean? Your opponent hits you in the face with like a Big Papa, and then you get a stealthy Big Papa, and then you hit him back. Feel like it's not main decked though. Probably not. But Rogue has a plethora of ways of generating secrets and spells. So you don't actually, the thing is, Hearthstone right now, you don't actually have to play the card to play the card. You know what I mean? That's the thing about Hearthstone. Mages, they don't play half the cards that are in their deck. Same thing falls under Rogue, same thing falls under Priest. You don't actually have to play the card to play the card, which makes all cards good. The Red Smoke, 2 mana 3/2 Battlecry, return a friendly minion to your hand. It costs 1 less this turn. I don't like this card at all. The reason why is it says this turn. I don't think this is like, I don't really like, what happens if you don't want to play it that turn? So it's like, to me, this is like not a good card. You just run Shadow Step instead. Because this costs 2 mana. Shadow Step costs 0 mana. And it reduces the card by 2. And you can play whatever the fuck you want. So I don't like this card. Malevolent Strike. Oh, 5 mana. Okay, what do we got here? 5 mana, destroy a minion, costs 1 less for each card in your deck that didn't start there. Okay, so this is going in like a Togwaggle scheme. This is going in the deck, the fucking, the plush bear deck. Yeah. Okay, all right. Also, Shadow of Death or whatever the fuck it's called. Good with Cthulhu. Yeah. Okay, all right. So this is a Cthulhu card. It's a plush bear card. It's a Togwaggle scheme card. It's a any card that puts shit in your deck, which Rogue has a lot of it. Yeah, it's a like Cthulhu at the start of the game turns it into a 1 mana. But it also, you have to remember, 1 less for each card in your deck that didn't start there. So as you draw these cards, this card's going to become more and more expensive. But I still think it's good. Grand Empress, 6 mana, 5/7, Battlecry. Battlecry, discover a card in your deck and then draw all copies of it. So this is big flavor. I have no idea what she has to do with the Darkmoon Faire. She's a fucking, what is it, Al-Kharid card from AQ. Like, this is an Al-Kharid bug. This is an AQ bug. I'm actually doing AQ with my guild in WoW Classic, but that's beside the point. It's a cool ability. Stat-wise, she's pretty good. Like, 6 mana, 5/7. I like 7 health. It's a good number. I mean, she seems very powerful. I can't tell you exactly what deck she's going to be played in right now, but she will be played in a deck, and it will be obnoxious. I can tell you that. Ticketmaster. This guy is probably my favorite of all of the rogue cards. So, he's a 3 mana, 4/3, Death Rattle, shuffle 3 tickets into your deck. When drawn, summon a 3/3 plush bear. So, once you obtain the head of the bear, the body of the bear, and the legs of the bear, you can summon the 3/3 plush bear. Once you assemble all parts of the bear. I'm just kidding, that's not how it works. It's a 3 mana, 4/3, and it's gonna, every time you draw one of these plush bears, you get a 3/3 bear. So we're gonna call it the bear army. The plush bear army. Plush by plush. Prize Plunder, a 1 mana 2/1 combo, deal 1 damage to a minion for each other card you've played this turn. It's gonna be good if it's randomly generated. Like I said, a lot of these cards, like you play 2-3 cards, you play a 1-drop, you deal 3 damage to a minion, you get a 2/1 out of the deal. You know what I'm saying? Is this gonna be a card that you probably main deck? Nah. But is it a card that, like, if randomly generated, you could like weave into a turn that's very obnoxious for your opponent? Yeah. All right, Rogue. Kind of disappointed. We kind of were all over the spectrum here. We have like just a bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? Nothing, I mean, the cards are good, but nothing that strikes me as, this is probably the coolest. The Ticketmaster and the Grand Empress are probably the 2 of the flavorist of all of the cards that we're seeing here. But besides that, the rest of them are pretty blur. So far, Hunter has me intrigued. Hunter has a lot of cool stuff. Hey guys, how's it going? Robert Warshak here, and we're going to be taking a look at all of the rogue cards that have been revealed to us so far. Not so far, just period, Rob. There's not so far. There's not more coming. It's just this. We've been over this. We've done many of these intros. Pull yourself together!